What's up, Mitten Squad? My name is Paul. Welcome to one of the final 2014 MacBook Air gaming test videos. This is a request. I also said I was going to do it in the past of The Sims 3. You can see the specs on screen. It's the early 2014 model, 13-inch, 1.4 GHz Intel Core i5 processor, 4 GB of RAM, Intel HD Graphics 5000. Blocked out the serial number, running a past version of OS X 10.9.3. Normally I do the commentary live. I'll be playing the game as I speak, but the way this one worked out, this is post commentary, which is why I'm not talking about the specs as I'm going through them. I recorded the video, I'm watching it now as I speak to you, and I went through and I cut out some of the more boring stuff. I also sped up something that's going to be part of the video later. Overall, The Sims 3, it ran really well on the MacBook Air. There were no problems with it at all. From my experience, it was really smooth. I was playing it for about 35 minutes. You'll see a chunk of this that is sped up a lot when I was creating the character. I got sort of carried away. I was gonna just do a generic character based on myself, but I sort of fell into the trap of just doing something really weird, and it gets out of hand very quickly, and you'll see that. And as part of that, either at the end of this video, or I might just make it a separate video, it's gonna be something called The Life and Death of Mr. Oldman. You'll see the Mr. Oldman character start to be created in the video. So, really, the only thing that bothered me about The Sims 3 and the MacBook Air, well, there was two things. One, it starts out on the with the sides cropped out. Cropped? I don't know how I said that. With the sides cropped out, and that's sort of, it's annoying. You just have to go into the settings and change it. And the other thing, it makes the MacBook Air get really hot really fast. Like, the entire time I was playing Minecraft on it, it never got that hot. It gets really hot on the bottom left of the system. It's not a huge deal breaker. I had it sitting on my lap. If you had a proper stand or something like that, it would not be as big of an issue. You can get a $40 stand that's metal, and that's probably the best way to do it, because it lets the fans in the back get all the air they need because they're not blocked, and it's also sitting on a metal surface. If it's sitting on like a blanket or something like that, it's going to retain the heat, and that's going to cause it to get really hot, but there are fail-safes built in, so you wouldn't have to worry about that being a problem. You can see Mr. Oldman being created right here. I got carried away really quickly. Like I said, it was just going to be a generic character, and I sort of turned him into this weird, sort of, I guess I based him on like a weird old pedophile. In my mind, he was going to be like doing weird, disgusting things with his almost Pinocchio-like nose. I also developed a little bit of a backstory for him, which doesn't make sense, but that's part of the fun. You can see I just did a dramatic cut to the reveal of Mr. Oldman. So, the settings that you're going to see right here, I think I cut to it. Everything is pretty much on the lowest settings, and for whatever reason, the way I recorded this, it messed up the mouse. You can see the mouse, the cursor is on the left of where it should be. So, most of the things, the graphical settings are on their lowest point. I will cut to them, cut to some gameplay in just a moment. Yeah, you can see it now, everything is on the lowest. And even with all the low settings, it doesn't look half bad. It's a pretty good looking game. I haven't seen any trailers for The Sims 4 yet, but it still looks good. This is how I remember The Sims looking. The graphical change that you just saw, it was just the resolution being changed. I wasn't sure exactly what sort of stuff I should record for this. That's another reason why I did this commentary in post, because I didn't want to make this like a 35-minute video instead of just being like a 10-minute video. I didn't know if I should be like building a house or changing the wallpaper or what, but the gameplay is really smooth. I mean, I'm moving around, he's doing stuff, he's got the insane perk, or ability, or trait, whatever. So he starts talking to himself, which is weird. You know, just an old man in his underwear, standing outside of a shower talking to himself. Nothing weird about that at all. Good old Mr. Oldman. But everything is just running smoothly. There's no problems with it. Even with the capture software running, which that could be a reason for the system getting hot, but it's flawless, really. Aside from the heat being a minor annoyance, there was no problems with it. If you're thinking about buying a MacBook Air and you want to play The Sims on it, either The Sims 1 or 2, you could do that via Boot Camp if you install Windows Vista or Windows 7 or something like that, or you could use Parallels and get a virtual desktop running, or you could just use Wine and get a Wine wrapper for The Sims 2. You're not going to have any issues. You'll see after Mr. Oldman gets into an argument with this gentleman here and eventually starts a fight. I'm going to change the settings to everything maxed out, and it really doesn't change the performance that much. Like I said, I don't know what sort of gameplay I should have been capturing, because when I play The Sims, I create the character, I create the house, and then I just sort of get bored with it. Maybe it's just my lack of creativity or something, but I figured that conversations are probably important and you're building relationships, and I guess that's important in The Sims or something. Mr. Oldman's kicking his ass. Said fucking weird. That's his real name. I guess Mr. Oldman is his nickname. Oh, that's a weird character though. So there's not, I mean, I pretty much covered everything I needed to say about this. There's no issues. I'm trying to think of anything that bothered me. Maybe it's because I didn't go through the tutorial, but I found the controls a little weird. I couldn't figure out how to free roam the camera. So if you see in the bottom left area, if you see Mr. Oldman blinking in and out, that's because I was repeatedly hitting the space bar to get the camera to pan back to Mr. Oldman. I should be changing the settings pretty quickly, and then that's almost gonna wrap up the video. I think I might have the life and death of Mr. Oldman pretty soon. I don't know if that's gonna be a separate video or not, but I'm just gonna say it again because there's not anything else I can say. There's no issues with the game at all, and you'll see that I'm changing the settings right now. Everything is maxed out. I probably should have sped that up a little bit, but I didn't. I know there's like a city that you can go into that's got like cars and all that sort of stuff in there where you go to your job and stuff, and there's more stuff going on there, so that might cause more issues. So there you go. I had to restart the game and I cut that out. I'm gonna zoom in on Oldman here, and everything is just going really smooth. There's no issues with it. I don't want to just keep saying this, but there I am. I'm just showing the settings again. But there's no issues whatsoever. I wish I could have gotten the frame rate counter somewhere, but I don't know how to do that on a Mac. So I'm gonna do a little bit more panning and zooming on this. I have one more MacBook Air gaming test coming up that's going to be released either today or tomorrow, and that is for Diablo 3, so be on the lookout for that. That'll probably be the last one, because I am trying to sell my MacBook Air. I spent $1,700 on a MacBook Pro to replace that, so there's that. If you enjoyed the video, hit like, hit subscribe, hit the comment button, and leave a comment. My name is Paul of Mitten Squad. Have a wonderful day.